Shavua Tov, a good Avoch, and welcome to our program. We're still in the mode of Kiddush Shluchim, especially this Parsha of Tildis. And Tildis, the Sunday of Tildis, this year, is the Sunday of the big banquet of Kiddush Shluchim, which means that Kiddush Shluchim, although it was Shabbos, Parshas Chayesodel last week, nevertheless it extended into the week of Tildis to the Sunday of the week of Tildis, when it was the grand dinner, the grand banquet, and so on. So what is clear for us now, that Parshas Tildis also has a connection with Kiddush Shluchim. Moreover, the Rebbe says that, with all due respect to Eliezer, and Eliezer was a shliach, nevertheless you don't find in Chumash the term shlichus associated with Eliezer. You do not find the term shlichus. The first time that you find the term shlichus in a variation is concerning Yankiv. And that's in our Parsha, in the Parsha of Tildis. And the Parsha of Tildis, it says, towards the end, or towards the end of Parshas Tildis, and if you want to check, it's the first pasuk after Shvi. It says, "Vayishlach Yitzchak es Yankiv," that Yitzchak sent Yankiv. So therefore, where do we find the expression of shlichus? It's concerning in our Parsha, in the Parsha of Tildis. However, mentioned before, this is the first pasuk after Shvi. 5 psukim before that, it says, "Vayikra Yitzchak el Yaakov." Yitzchak called Yaakov, "Vayvodech," and he blessed him. The Rebbe mentions it concerning the Kiddush Shluchim, and he says, Shluchim come here, and they ask for brachas. Mostly they ask for brachas, whereas for Gashmizdike things. They should have enough money, they should have enough money in the budget, they should be able to pay for all expenses. And the Rebbe says that Shliach should know that even before he goes out to Shlichus, he has all the blessings. Where's the proof? The proof is from our Parsha. That before Yitzchak sent Yankiv as a Shliach, before that it says, "Vayvodech," and he blessed them. And look at the blessing he gave them. Look at the blessings. V'kil Shaddai, Yevodech, that Almighty God shall bless you. And you should multiply, and it should be a community of people. And then he says to him, and we say it in our liturgy in Mitzvah Shabbos, and he should give you the bracha of Avrom. That's what Yitzchak says to Yankiv before he sends him to Shlichus. And after that, it says, "Vayishlach Yitzchak es Yankiv." So the Rebbe said that the Shliach should know that all the brachas that he needs, he already has from the Meshaleach before he went to Shlichus. And this is in addition to what it says in our Parsha. Now we're talking about Shvi, what we see in our Parsha, Shishi of our Parsha, V'yitel l'cho ha'olikim, that Almighty should give you all the brachas. And what does Rashi say? V'yitein v'yachzeh v'yitein, he will give you, and he will give you again. Sometimes a shliach comes and he says, this year wasn't such a good year. This thing happened, this balabos who did big business, after that thing happened to him. What does the Rashi say? Nothing to worry about. You got it once, yitein v'yachzeh v'yitein, you will get it again. All the brachas you will get again. And then there's another question. Are we talking only about Shluchim, quote unquote, those who were designated by Shluchim? Or are we maybe talking about all Jews who are Shluchim of Almighty God and Shluchim of the Rebbe? We will return to that in a moment. But first, our customary story. The Rebbe was very, very particular that women after their marriage should wear shaitels. And the Rebbe mentioned it many times. Before we get to the story about shaitel that I want to tell you that I heard a story from an individual, and he said this happened to his parents. His parents went into Yechidus years ago, before they got married. So the Rebbe asked his mother, they were Chosn Kala at that time, does she have a sheitel? And she answered, a halbe sheitel, a half a sheitel. You'll figure out what it means. So the Rebbe said these words, a halbe sheitel, a halbe beloche, a ganze sheitel, a ganze beloche. For a half a sheitel, you get a half a beloche. For a whole sheitel, you get a whole beloche. And then he continues the story. The Rebbe opened up his drawer, and he took out $300, $300 bills, and he gives it to the Chosn, to his father, later. And he says to him that in Manhattan, there is a store where the actresses buy their wigs, their sheitlin. He should go to that store, he should get his wife a very good sheitel. The story I want to tell you for this week is that there was a girl in Eretz Yisrael, and her hair fell out, and she felt very, very bad about it, obviously. And she went to Yechidus to the Rebbe. The Rebbe answered that if she promises that when she gets married, that he will give her a brocha, if she promises that when she will get married, she will wear a sheitel. A week after she made the promise, her hair started growing back. Rabbi say, concerning our Shaila. Firstly, the Rebbe says, the Shliach, before he goes to Shlichus, gets all the brochas. And it says in our Parsha, that before that, Vayikra Yitzchak al Yankev Vayvolech Chesed. Yitzchak called Yankev, and then 5 psukim after that, it says, Vayishlach Yitzchak as Yankev. Yitzchak gave him the Shlichus. But before the Shlichus, he gave him all the brochas. That's what the Rebbe said. Now, you have a question. Are we talking about only those who were designated as Shluchim? They are part of the Sefer Shluchim, and they're official Shluchim. Or maybe we're talking about all Jews. Because basically, the Rebbe says, there's a Shlichus for every Jew. When he's born into this world, he's born with a Shlichus. Somebody is going to be, it could be asked, I was born, what's the purpose that I was born? And he's going to tell you, purpose of our born, that I should visit many countries. Some of the countries I already visited, and some of the countries I am planning on visiting. This is not the purpose of creation, that one should be a tourist all over the world. Not the purpose at all. The purpose of creation is Anini V'Reisi, I was not created for any other reason. That one may think, why was I created? I was created for one reason, that I should be Meshamish Eskeni, I should serve my master, I should serve Almighty God. And here, the Rebbe takes that point, that a Jew is a Shliach. A Jew is a Shliach of Almighty God, a Shliach that he should work with the world, and change the world, and serve his master in transforming the world into Adilu Levatachtenim. And then the Rebbe says, it's in Tovshin und Beis Sefer HaSiches, in dem allem kommt zu noch mehr bedereinu ze b'miyuchot. And to this, there is another point that is added in our generation. In welchen ist zugekommen a Chidush in the Minyan HaShlichus. There is a Chidush here, there's a novelty. And it's Tovshin und Beis, Mevolchem HaChidush Kislev. What's the novelty in our generation? As kwe Kedushas Merichomi Admul Nesidereinu hat Memanne gewinnt jeder Lied von dem Dol zu sein, seiner als Schliach, in Afotzas Ateda Vayadus und Afotzas Amayon des Chutzo, bis zu bringen die Gulu Amitis für Ashlimu. In English it means that my father-in-law, the Rebbe, that's what the Rebbe says, hat Memanne gewinnt, he appointed. Jeder Eden von dem Dol, every single person of the generation, zu sein seiner als Schliach, to be his Schliach. His Shliach for what? In Afotzas Ateda Vayadus, to spread Teda and Yadus and Yiddishkeit, und Afotzas Amayon des Chutz, to spread the well springs of the Baal Shem Tov outwardly, in other words, to do the work of Chasidus and Shlichus, bis to bring in the Geula Amitis ve'Ashlemo. So now every Jew is appointed as a Shliach of the previous Rebbe. And if the Rebbe says it in the name of the previous Rebbe, that means he's also appointed as a Shliach of the Rebbe. And the Rebbe refers to the previous Rebbe. Same as it says in Chumash, Vayishlach Yitzchok es Yankiv. Yitzchok is a reference to the Yitzchok of our generation. One of the names of the previous Rebbe was Yitzchok. Yankiv is a reference to every single Jew. Altiro of the Yankiv is every single Jew. So every single Jew, that's the point the Rebbe makes, is a Shliach to bring Mashiach. Every Jew. Without any exception whatsoever. So of course those who have the schus, they were designated as Shluchim. Of course we're talking about them. But even those who were not officially designated as Shluchim, they don't appear in the Sefer as Shluchim, and they're not official Shluchim. And somebody once says, I'm not a Shliach, I'm not going to another town, I'm staying in this town where I was born, and you are a Shliach where you are. You are a Shliach of Melech, Malchi, Amlochem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and you are a Shliach of the previous Rebbe. So you know your obligation. You have an obligation and a schus as a Shliach. As a Shliach of the previous Rebbe, which of course means a Shliach of the Rebbe, because it's one extension. And therefore, by doing this, you are going to allow Moshiach to do his Shlichus. Because the Rebbe says in the same Sikha, that the einzige Sach was is geblieben in Avedas HaShlichus, whatever, the only thing that was left is to mekabel sein Pnei Moshiach Tzidkenu Bepeil Mamish, that we should greet Moshiach Tzidkenu Bepeil Mamish. And then he says why? Birli El soll kenne mekayem sein Shlichusei Bepeil, that Moshiach should be we should be able to fulfill his Shlichus. So by every Jew fulfilling his Shlichus, he's not only fulfilling his Shlichus, his own shlichus, her own shlichus, he's helping Moshiach to fulfill his shlichus. Speedily, friends, in our very own days. Ubagolo didanu, v'simcha uvtuv livovu, v'tiva nile ve'anigle, ulamata me'asarat fochim, uv'chesed, uv'rachamim, v'tekef, umiyad, mamish.